Hello, everybody. This is JC, CEO of Showcase, and today I'm very excited to share with you more about how we plan to tackle the $5 billion social commerce market in Thailand and also Pan Southeast Asia. To start it off with a little bit, so my name is JC, CEO of Showcase. Prior to founding Showcase, I was, head of business development for e-commerce, the largest e-commerce enabler in Southeast Asia. And through that, I got to, have a better understanding of social commerce and saw there was a huge demand. Also, prior to that, I founded another startup in Myanmar, helping to build us the second largest mobile retailer in Myanmar. My CTO, he's Chinese but lived in Thailand for more than 10 years. Very experienced in building and scaling technology solutions in within Thailand and also Southeast Asia. He has experience both in the health tech and e-commerce field. Also, our advisors include a mixture of founders of e-commerce and also some other startups. So what is social commerce? We see social commerce as an innovative distribution model, right? Where it's essentially e-commerce 2.0. And the huge benefits from this is number one, drastic lowers customer acquisition costs. You no longer have to acquire consumers one by one, but you can reach a bigger audience through online sellers. Number two, it enables a new sales and distribution channel. And number three is basically because it's so fragmented, as you aggregate all these demand, you can further scale through technology and operations, and that's where we see that there's a massive opportunity for this model. What we see in the whole global landscape is that a lot of funding is going into social commerce companies. Why? It's a mixture of a few things. Number one, basically, it's a proliferation of affordable internet, and as more and more people come online and they spend on their time on social media platforms where they learn about new products. This is where we see a new model born, and we do believe that in Southeast Asia, this is only just the beginning. So when we look at social commerce, right, in Thailand alone, it's more than $5 billion market, and it's growing very fast. Roughly more than 50%, 40% of the e-commerce market is social commerce related. Bain pegs this number at about 10 billion versus 5 billion from Google and Temasek. And the very exciting thing is we see that Thailand has one of the highest percent of merchants selling on social media platforms in Asia. So when we look at the market problem, right, what we realized when we talked to a lot of different sellers was that they had four big problems that they had to solve. Number one, essentially, was product sourcing, which was roughly 50% of the problem. Another 50% was equally spread out between content production, tech platform, operation, and logistics, right? It was really about a few things. How do I quickly get all these products online and start selling? How do I have a platform to manage it all? And how do I very efficiently manage my operation and logistics? And when we talked to them, we realized that there were these one or two man team trying to build up a business which was very unscalable, and they had nobody to help them. And this is where we saw an opportunity for Showcase to come and enable and empower these what we so-called online sellers to become independent retailers, by providing full solutions. So everything from product sourcing, the moment a seller gets access to Showcase, they get access to over 100 plus brands. We work with the suppliers to quickly get all the content ready. We have a technology and catalog, so it's easy for sellers to share it. We help manage operational logistics and also payments. So sellers only need to do one thing and one thing only to market and sell the products. And that's where we believe that we can deliver the most value. We like to take a page out of Star Wars where we want to, kind of power the rebels against the empire. So our model is really about how do we help sellers make more money? And Showcase roughly takes a 10 to 15% margin. We try to enable that sellers can enjoy more margins. And lastly is a price gap. Between when a consumer purchases from a seller, they enjoy up to a 20% discount on average over retail price. And consumers happy because they get a good deal. Sellers enjoy margins, and Showcase are able to help further grow the business. So when we look at sort of the seller ecosystem, right, we realize that there are a different array of types of sellers. And we found a sweet spot essentially on the casual sellers and influencers and also power sell live streamers, right? And this is where we see that there's a lot of them. I think Google pegs there's over 1 million online sellers in Thailand alone. So we do know that this is a massive market that we're trying to tackle. And how does the platform work? Basically, suppliers put their platform onto Showcase platform. Sellers get a notification, oh, you have a new product, you have a new brand available. They quickly take our content and share it into their social media platforms, whether it's Line, Facebook, Instagram, or even their own private groups. Consumers see this and places an order with the seller. Seller then places an order on the Showcase platform. The moment sellers place a complete payment and complete the order, Showcase picks and packs and ships the products to the consumers on behalf of the seller. Lastly, Showcase then parses and when sellers hit certain thresholds, Showcase then automatically calculates the commissions that they are awarded. And lastly, we do parse some data back to the suppliers that we work with. So when we do see Showcase overall, we were growing very, very well, roughly 10 to 15% month on month. Prior to having a huge rate hit COVID, Thailand, but we also saw good growth both in revenue and also seller growth. We were able to very, very efficiently reduce our CAC significantly by finding the right seller target group. And we do see that our payback in months has improved by almost 5x. So we do see that roughly it takes less than 10 months for us to recoup investment on the seller. And if we look at one of our key, focus numbers, we see that our average revenue seller has been growing very, very well. On average, about $2,416 per seller on a cohort basis. And we do see that as we scale this model, this will continuously grow. Future opportunities that we see for this model involves a few things. Number one, we see a further opportunity to build up what we call B2B group buy, or essentially these sellers. We see an opportunity to further tap into influencers and KOLs. And we do see that also in terms of categories where we're predominantly focused on beauty and fashion, there's opportunity to grow home and living, some FMCG and digital goods. Lastly, we also believe that in terms of financial services, 2 years down the line, there's a huge opportunity to offer financial services to these sellers. We also see there's a lot of opportunities to expand this model to Vietnam, Indonesia, and Philippines. To sum it up, we see not only Showcase, but the whole market is very, very exciting. People often forget that Thailand is the second largest addressable market. And in order to tackle this market, we have a very experienced e-commerce team, being able to scale e-commerce businesses. And we also very, very focused on building the platform specifically catered to sellers, whether it's about incentives, tracking of payments, and also other B2B functions. And as we grow, we become a bigger private channels for brands to drive more volume. And lastly, is also we do see this opportunity to offer more side income or additional earnings to sellers that work with us. Thank you for your time. We're very excited to, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd love to have a chat.